What's up, everybody? Hello and good evening. I hope all of you have been having a great start to your week so far. My name is Smooth Operative, and welcome to Time Capsule here on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. It's the show where we travel back in time to your favorite years in gaming and showcase awesome speedruns of games that were released in the same year. Tonight, K-Lop is taking us for a drive for an any percent run of Celeste using a steering wheel, and later Grandius will be with us for The Messenger. But before we get started, just a few announcements. First of all, Flame Fatales will be having its next all-women speedrunning event. That's Flame Fatales this weekend from August 21st to the 27th. And the marathon schedule is now out, so you can type !FF in the Twitch chat or go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more information on that. And if you want to check out our highlights channel, which features standout moments from all of our hotfix shows, just use the !highlights command in our Twitch chat to learn more. But without further ado, please welcome K-Lop. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
All right. What's up, everyone? So this is Celeste 90%, except I'm playing on a steering wheel. It's as dumb as it sounds. But just to kind of give you a quick explanation on how literally any of this works. So because it is, we can go up and down, I use a shifter, and third gear is up and fourth gear is down. My gas pedal is grab, and then a bunch of other stuff is mapped to the wheel. It's really hilarious. It is stuck together with glue, twigs, and some scotch tape, but it works.
Yeah, so get in, losers. We're going speed running.
All right. This is basically Mario Kart 9.
Exactly.
I'm ready whenever y'all are.
Absolutely. Whenever you're ready, count us down.
All right. Intro car except real begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. All right. So step 1, drive through the intro. Oh, wait, no. I gotta go back. There's the intro car. How could I? Be a heated run. So this car is basically what we're going to be emulating this entire run, due to the fact that it is a car and I am using a wheel. Now that we have gotten the really important backstory out of the way, we can start the run. So we're just going to go through the little intro section here. It's nothing too interesting if you've never played Celeste yet. We don't have our dash at this point. And so all you do is you just run through, up through, and make it to the end. You are going to notice several times throughout this run that I open the pause menu and then it immediately disappears. The reason for that is that if you see where it says skip cutscene, you can assign a button to down confirm. So I press one button and it confirms for me. Just in case you're curious as to how that works. Other than that, now the run starts. So welcome to Celeste, except on a steering wheel, except real, because now we just have all of our movement options. Let's go for it. So basically, we're going to start off, you just do a little hop, dash over here, and we do use speed tech, so we will be using wall bouncing like that, and it just kind of lets us glide off. It's a really quick method of getting around, and we'll be using it effectively as much as we can, because a lot of other typical speed tech options are pretty limited because of the whole playing on the steering wheel thing. But I will try to use wall jumps as much as possible. Alternatively, if I'm moving up but I don't have the shifter set to third, I have a button on my wheel assigned to up as a macro, because there are a couple tricks that are just quite literally impossible without it. And it does make it a lot easier because, admittedly, steering, moving a hand over to the shifter, and then jumping right back is hard. However, we don't lose all speed tech, as you can see right here. Hyper dashes still exist. We still can hyper. It's a little bit harder. Now we with this. Easy. So obviously hypering is made a little bit harder by the whole steering wheel thing, but it is possible in a couple scenarios. The reason that it works is there's a bunch of key bindings that have priority over each other that I have set up in the background, one of those being up beats down, and so I can just hit the up button and it works. I'm gonna try to get this. I'm gonna give this one 2 shots. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. All right, that's all good then. So we'll do, obviously, the less impressive one. oh, you know, jumping off pixels is a lot less impressive. That's a spike kick, and that basically lets us jump off a pixel. And so it just skips going above and doing a lot of other stuff. But that is going to be chapter 1 of Celeste completed on a steering wheel. It only gets better from here.
Let's keep going.
Only gets more confusing. So we're just going to keep it going. We're just going to go immediately to Old Site. Old Site is where they introduce dream blocks, which is where you can dash through them, and it gives you your dash bag, and it's super cool, and they're super interesting. And they're really annoying on a wheel because it is a lot of shifting. You're going to notice there's a lot of shifting up and down, and just get used to it. Look, I've got my Ontario driver's license. I don't think I'm qualified to drive a trans femme, but we're just gonna hope that certification transfers. So stuff like that is possible on a wheel. That's a little Ultra Dash, which is just some more Celeste tech. And then, so yeah, we can just dash right through those, and it brings us out the other side. And yeah, so I'm gonna go over here. This section here is a little annoying just with the shift up, down, shift up, down, shift up, down, down, move over, up, and then shift neutral, and then shift up. It's a lot. Here I'm gonna try to get the funny little skip, and I'm gonna get it. Okay, that just saves us doing a little maneuver. I got that. This is going really well. So me stepping into that little corner there is intentional because unfortunately we do need to manipulate. This girl behind me follows all the time, and there's a couple sections in which you would normally kind of just be going through it speedy enough to not really care. That unfortunately I don't get the luxury of that, considering the whole on a wheel thing. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not livable. Totally fine. Obviously, being, you know, a precision platformer, there are a couple segments that do get made a little bit more difficult due to the whole steering. Oh, I really thought I had that. And this is the most noticeable one in chapter 2. Thankfully, after this, I can't really think of like a hard stuck room until chapter 5. And so this is unfortunately just the room. Every time I get here, it's like, oh, all right, let's spend another 3 minutes here and then get out, and then that's it. This is pretty standard for the course. That one should do it though. Perfect. All right, we're out of there.
Nice.
So from here on out, the rest of this chapter ends up being pretty straightforward. That was smooth. And so we just wait for her to go. Drop down here, and we are out. All right, sick. The rest of this is pretty easy. Celeste runners know this segment by how volatile it is at the end. So we're gonna go into a phone booth, wake up from our dream, and then we get to play Awake. And Awake is a word that strikes fear into any Celeste runner's heart. Let's see how this Awake goes. So let's see, what? I am 252 into it, let's see. Didn't get the Ultra, did get that though. On a wheel, not bad. On a wheel, that's actually a pretty good Awake. All right, so thankfully we got through that one little hard stuck room, and it's gonna be only 5 deaths too, not bad. So it's gonna be pretty smooth sailing for a little bit. Resort has a couple really, really hard tricks that are just annoying. If you are familiar with Celeste speedrunning and you do know what I'm saying when I say a demo dash, yeah, we do that here. I'll explain it if you don't when we get there, but just something to be excited for if you're a Celeste runner. I do the demo dash, and I also end up doing search skip in chapter 5. Which kind of just, there's not a lot that you can't really do. A lot of labbing this, because admittedly, I can kind of understand why I'm one of the first few people to be dumb enough to go, well, this game's renowned for precision. Can I drive? And so a lot of the routing, I'm just kind of figuring out as I get better at this run. And one of those things is binds and how my buttons are set up, and I'm pretty happy with where they are now, comparatively to where I started.
Did it take a long time to kind of get used to this different way of running?
So the original grind was clean. The original grind was just to get sub-hour, which has been done. I really think sub 50 is possible is the problem.
Oh, wow.
I think sub 50 is probably approaching the upper limit of what you can do just because of the medium. But a lot of routing that's going into right now is how can I change binds and how can I rearrange my hand and foot movements to be more in line with the movements that I'm used to. And so just like for context, by the way, I didn't think I was surviving that, sorry. For a bit of context, world record is a 26. Isaac Tay has Celeste world record. And so 50 minutes on a wheel would be kind of absurd. And I'm really,
definitely.
I'm really looking forward to that. I do want to push this.
So after tonight's run, you're gonna keep working on it then?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Nice.
No, yeah, this run here on the hotfix will not be the last you see of this. I do want to push this sub 50. I believe it's possible. Okay, so we are getting into Huge Mess.
Let's go.
So, Huge Mess is a huge mess. And there's 3 segments that we have to do to make everything a whole lot nicer and cleaner. Because as it stands, I mean, you saw us walk through that, like everything was just covered in debris. Like there's a bunch of bookcases where they shouldn't be. There's a bunch of, towels where there shouldn't be. There's a bunch of all that. Thankfully, or unthankfully, whatever you want to say, the first segment out of the 3 is the hardest. And then after this, it's pretty much smooth sailing. But unfortunately, we do just have to get through this segment. It just kind of is what it is. I'm past the 2 rooms that suck though, which, thank God. Right here, we're gonna do a little wall kick. Like I mentioned earlier, a little spike kick, where if you're not running into a spike and you're running away from it, it actually won't damage you. So I can actually step inside the spike and kick off the wall. And you can also just do that on a wheel. Yeah, so pixel perfect spike kicking on a wheel is possible. Just not recommended. Don't recommend anyone play this game this way. At least not on your first playthrough, I guess. I really do think people should try this, or like whatever weird ways they want to. I think playing your speed game with like an alternate control scheme where like everything you kind of just take for granted after running it for like X amount of hours is literally stripped away from you is really fun.
Yeah, you probably appreciate the run a lot more now that you've been doing it on a steering wheel for a while.
I see like a 35, and instead of going, oh, bad run, I go, oh wow, that was not a 50.
Nice.
Come here, Oshira. Okay. So this is the last segment of the 3, like I was saying. This has one kind of annoying room, and it's the one right after this, kind of just hoping I make it through. And we don't have any troubles, so 1. Okay, sick. The speed strat for that room is like really easy. And I always forget how that room always reminds me. It's just like I get to that room and it's like, oh wow, no, this is way harder. Because on keyboard, that's one of the rooms that I don't even think about it. It's 2 very basic inputs on a keyboard, but like on a wheel, it's like especially on the wheel, now that I have the foot pedal integrated, a lot of this becomes harder mentally, because now I'm not only managing 2 hands, a wheel, a shifter, I'm also managing my foot and releasing it properly. So it's just complete full body coordination. And that's just one of the rooms that reminds me, wow, yeah, this actually does suck. So we are coming up to the demo dash like I was talking about, so I'll give that a little explanation, a little preamble of what it is. So when I dash, I just dash normally, and my hitbox stays as tall as I am normally. There is a crouch dash, and the crouch dash reduces it is what it says on the box. It is a crouch dash. And these little guys in the corner, just to save on resources and whatnot, their hitboxes isn't exactly the outline you see. I need you to think of each of these guys as a little circle with a rectangle in them. And with that means that, imperfect placement can lead to some nice things. So as I was mentioning here, there are two ways to do this section. I'm gonna go down here. You see that there's a door with a lock there. If you go into the other room, there's like a giant thing with a key. That's super lame. We can just exploit one of those 4 pixels. So I'm 4 pixels tall, and then this is 4 pixels. Oh, first try!
Nice.
So that is a pixel perfect jump and dash performed on a steering wheel. I can't believe I got the demo first try. That's actually
Caleb
so
was
sick.
Literally practicing this moments before
That's
stream.
actually so sick.
That's
I
awesome.
did not expect to get the demo first try. Yeah, it's a 4 pixel gap, and I was 4 pixels wide, and if I hit it perfectly, I just fit right through. It's super easy. Free? Okay. I'm actually... This is like super on pace to be my best resort ever. This is like absolutely on resort IL pace. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, that is like the most annoying room. Okay. Yep. Okay. Felt like I missed that. So I'll go for the safe one. Okay. So this is one of the rooms that resets the cycle. So a lot of Celeste cycles are based upon if it's your first time entering the screen, or if you died on it, the death cycle is different. And this is one of those screens where death cycle is very different from what you play when you first get in. So I would really love to not play the death cycle. 829, that is the best resort I've ever played on a wheel.
Is it different like after each death? Like it's randomized or like it's the same?
It's the same every time on death, but like it's completely different from the entry strat. And so like the backup strat is a lot slower just because of how the cycles work. And so like every time I get to that screen, it's like, oh, just please don't die here. But yeah, that 829, that beats my old PB of like, I think it was like an 840.
Oh, right on.
So she wants to do a sideways dash, she needs to be in neutral. If she wants to do an upwards dash, she needs to gear shift. Yep, that is correct. Welcome to, there is so many controls going on all of the time and my brain never gets to stop. And it's really fun. Anyways, could you tell that I would copy before this? Because you need to, because good lord. And we're gonna complicate things further. So what if you did all of that, except there was just wind blowing in your face the entire time? That completely changes the way that you move.
We got the top down on this car right now.
And so here we are. And so so these little bubbles and the wind and Chapter 4 goes from what is normally one of the shorter chapters in the speedrun to, man, I'm really playing Chapter 4. Wow, it is pretty notorious for being annoying. I'm not gonna get that right. Oh my, wait. No, okay, I have to do that, hold on. I didn't know that was possible. There's no way. Archie's on a steering wheel is doable? That's hilarious. Alright, bounce here, and then I'm just gonna sneak up here, gonna do another one of those corner bounces. I was talking about where you jump off the spikes because you're not looking at them. Easy like that. Jump up here, not be shifted properly. Nope, alright, that's barely gonna miss. I'll give this like 2 tries, and then I'll do the safe strat, just because this strat is pretty volatile. Nope, perfect. Alright, sick. Right, and right here, I'm going to use the speed that this thing gives me to boost my hyper dash. I am lying to you. I'm going to miss the timing, and we're going to try that one more time. True? True. Might just take this safe. Because that is being a little difficult right now. This one is pretty hard. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Saveable. Yeah, okay, perfect. Alright, perfect. So yeah, that's another one of the rooms with like really difficult strats that just in the base game, like you don't even think about, that when you translate it, just become incredibly difficult. So here, the difficulty comes in making sure that I'm dashing out of the bubble right and ensuring that I have the right direction held. Like here, this one's really bad. So it's right twice, and I feel like this isn't a shock. Centering a wheel after jolting it to the right is pretty difficult to do perfectly. And so there are pretty gracious. That was a perfect cloud super. There are decent little dead zones that I have built in for myself, just so that a couple things like that are made possible. What made you want to do Celeste on a wheel? So basically what happened was I knew somebody who their entire thing was like steering wheel speedruns, and the question basically got asked, could you do Celeste on a wheel? And it initially was brought up, and it was like, man, probably not due to a lot of things about it. And then I did some labbing, and I ended up going for my first run. And basically how that run went was I was just gonna go for it. We were gonna make it to chapter 6 where they introduce feathers. And I was just gonna go, well, that was fun. I'm glad we did that. That was cool. We made it to chapter 6 because the feathers have made it impossible. Because of how feathers work, and if you know how Celeste works, you are already terrified, but I will explain it when we get there. The problem with that initial run is I got to reflection, and I just finished reflection. And I was like, wait. Oh, so this is possible. Basically, it just became a process of like, okay, well, what do I think is going to limit that? What is going to limit me from completing this? And then once like the one hard and fast thing that I was like, there is no way to get around this. Once we found a way to get around that, I was like, oh, this is real. This is just actually possible. And then, so it just basically became, well, now I know this is possible. Am I stupid enough to do it repeatedly? The answer may shock you. As it turns out, it's yes. I am dumb enough to play a precision platformer on a steering wheel repeatedly, voluntarily. And from there, it's just like, you know, grinding it down, making it into a science, and getting better at the inputs. And yeah, it basically just started as like man, this would be really cool, but it's probably not doable. True combo into, oh wow, you can actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's dumb at all. I think you're challenging yourself and, you know, making the run that you love so much different. And it's cool. I like it.
Is it really well? Yeah, I'm playing on a Logitech. I think it's like a G940. I think is what it's called. I got it to play Forza as like a gift once. And I don't even remember where I got this from.
But when was the last time you played Forza?
I'm going to be real. I think I have more hours in Celeste on a steering wheel than I do in Forza.
There you go.
So yeah, chapter 5. Okay. Please be kind to me. The end of chapter 5 is really dicey because it is just complete brain, everything running at once. And we'll explain when we get there with Theo throwing and stuff like that. But yeah, so the end of this chapter is less so like something that scares me, and it's just like, oh man, I have to turn my brain on. Which, you know, I'm not very good at doing. Okay, perfect. That worked perfectly, and then I should be able to just from there. Yes! Okay, that's gonna make things a lot easier. Don't miss it. Alright, please. Okay. I don't know the death cycle. And so every time you get there, it's just kind of like, I hope this one works. Because otherwise we are guessing at a death cycle. Thankfully, however, I, you know, was confident and clearly knew that would work. I see a lot of people theorizing games that you can do in the steering wheel. My answer to all of them is going to be yes. Because if you can do Celeste on a wheel, man, you can do anything.
True.
And when I get to the feathers, you will understand what I mean by both. Oh, I thought this was the part where this run would die, and also, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is possible. But you'll understand when I get there. But honestly, in the video where I finally get like sub-hour, the entire like pop-off is just like explaining. The whole point of this run is just to kind of like, if you want to do something in speedrunning, you can do it. As like as cliche as it is to say, if you want to do it, you can. Like, just do it. The only limit that you're gonna run into most of the time is yourself, and just give yourself the chance to get past that. Have fun with it. Might not work, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, don't think about it, just do it.
All right, we drive in a Seeker right now. Everybody stay back. I am licensed. So as you can see, I got one hand, or I guess maybe not depending on the cropping. Got one hand on the wheel, one hand on the shifter, and I am hearing this. Woo! That was really good. That was really good. All right, time to hit skip cutscene a bunch. And then winners. And then chapter 5. Playing chapter 5, okay. Oof. Just frame read the first. That's unreal. Real Celeste runners know. Okay. So we get to meet our friends, the Seekers. And they're little red dudes that kind of just move us around. Also, that little screen transition there is actually intentional. It's like the only way I know how to like cancel the momentum I get from that platform. So gonna start. We're gonna get this guy to hit this top one for us. Drop down. This one, the guy on the top won't hit it for us, fortunately. So it just kind of ends up becoming, hey, please don't hit me. Same kind of situation here. I'm gonna hopefully get the bonk because that will keep them knocked out long enough for me to get up. This one's pretty easy, it's just a single dash. This one's same strat, get them to hit the one at the top. Miss an input in panic, just kidding. This room sucks, I'm just gonna be completely honest. The strategy here is don't die. The Seeker AI in this room for some reason is like really volatile, and I can never quite get it down to a science. And it's just terrible. Okay. Winner mentality. All right, this room is bad. And then we have search skip, which is the big skip in chapter 5 that saves like so much time. I wouldn't be able to tell you just because I don't think I ever actually played this casually. I think even on my first time booting up the game, people were like, just do search skip, please.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I ever did this casually. All right, please. Nope, okay, that one's not gonna work. So this is just a really, really quick reverse super. Win. Yeah, that's easy. Okay. Reverse super, and it just lets us skip over a bunch of like side rooms where you have to get keys in order to open it, and that just takes forever. And that's not gonna work, right? That's on. Yeah, I got owned by a dead zone there. I can just shift up for this. I need to hold up for a long time here. Like I said, using a lot of wall bounces because you know the whole like it's really hard to shift thing. A lot of movement strings basically end up me labbing out like, okay, how long can I hold up, and how long can I hold down? Because obviously, if I can avoid moving my hands off the wheel, which have jump, shift, dash, everything, I would love to. And here's where I get to turn my brain on. So basically, Theo is stuck in a crystal. This happens to the best of us average Wednesday. I have to pick them up and I have to carry them. Just like that. Here's the problem. Carry Theo is bound to my foot, shift up and down for diagonals. Seekers are attacking me and I have to make sure that I let go of my foot at the right time to throw Theo or to catch Theo. And it's a lot.
We gotta do it for Theo.
Gotta do it for Theo. Alright, so yeah, this is unfortunately a lot on the brain. And one of the, honestly, I would go as far as to say 2 hardest parts of the run. So you are gonna see my hands dancing a lot, and less so see my foot dancing, but just pretend it is. I'm sure it's a very funny visual to have mentally either way. That. Please come here. Okay, but like in a method that isn't that. Okay, I cannot believe that worked. That's what I would say if I wasn't confident. How long can I like pretend to be confident in a couple of these moves before y'all call me out on it, or? Okay, I don't want to say anything because I haven't died yet, and that's never happened. I've never made it this far without dying at least twice. And so I'm kind of there's no way. If I do this entire segment deathless, which I won't because I said it out loud, -1 would still be my PB, and that would be kind of huge. No way. Not 2. All right, tying. Oh, shift into 3rd. That's why that's not working. The common Celeste mistake of not shifting into 3rd gear. This happens to the best of us runners now. So this one, this room sucks. I'm gonna be real. This Seeker is like incredibly annoying, especially in this little end gate here. So we are just gonna try to. You're joking. Please. Okay. Okay. That actually, that was way too close. But I can effectively turn my brain off as I'm done the Theo segment. Thank God.
Let's go.
Very good
job.
Theo segment. Very good Theo segment. Easy Theo segment. Really good. We get to go into reflection now, which is the worst chapter in the game. 4 on a wheel, and this is what I said when I started planning this. I didn't know if it was possible, literally because of this chapter. So if you don't know what a feather is, pain. So Celeste is a 2D platformer. Everybody knows this. What if it was 360? So basically, in this, feathers give you the ability to move 360 degrees, which is terrible for a steering wheel, because I now have to manage tight hallways with spikes all around them, trying to steer left, steer right, steer up, steer down, make sure that like to steer down, I go like from up to down to like curve it properly. And this is literally where I thought the run would end. And it just didn't, which was awesome. There will be a few sections during this chapter that I kind of call out like, hey, I just need to focus right now. And that's because this is the most volatile part of the run and is the reason that my estimate is what it is, because there is a total possibility that I just get farmed for like 15 minutes because it's reflection. But what we're all going to do is we're all going to come together, basically send every single ounce of energy you have directly into me. I don't take Venmo. I am Canadian, so you're going to have to e-transfer. But group praying circle, we all got this. So as you can see, it starts right away, just immediately throwing us into these tight little corridors that we have to navigate and just ride to not dying. I did not mean to do that. How do I recover this? I'll be like that. No, not at all like that. Okay. Held too long. That's okay. And that's gonna keep happening to me. This is the one room in early game that can really catch you up, unfortunately. But once I'm past this, I'm pretty confident I'll be good until the end. And we're out. Awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, that room is pretty notoriously. I just was way too close to the pixels on that. Technically optimal, actually. Right. Now shift down to hit it, shift up to jump. That's a really fun little shift from 4th into 3rd. Something you should never, ever do in a car that quickly, ever. Please don't. If anyone is watching this and taking this as manual driving instructions, I'm begging you to not. Please. Learn how the clutch works. Just practice. Are you using pedals for the controls or buttons on the wheel? Both. I'm also using a shifter. Shifter is 3rd gear is up, 4th gear is down. So in short, I'm using the entire dashboard. I have basically commandeered a family sedan and turned it into a speedrunning machine. Coming soon to your Ford Focus. Okay. Please be nice to me. Oh, no! Okay. We all just gotta pretend that didn't happen. I didn't know that was possible. I thought you just died if you touched that pixel. That's hilarious. Wow, I thought that just killed you. I've never done that on a keyboard. I've never done that on a keyboard.
Always learning.
That was sick. That was so cool. Nice stab. That's effectively, yeah. But yeah, basically, we are for real driving. And as you can see with these feathers, I'm sure you can already, as a viewer, understand why this chapter becomes so hard. Because as, you know, things progress, the spikes get closer to me. And that just makes it harder. Okay, so dash 1, up, hit 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, sick. Room after this one is the hardest room in early game, so we all just gotta pray for a sec. This is the hardest room before rock bottom, I guess. I guess this isn't early game either. This is like mid-chapter. We all just kind of gotta pray for a sec. Literally flawless. Perfect. Literally flawless. That room could not have gone better. I'm so happy to see that. I saw a bunch of people saying, I like the driving gloves, thank you. Spencer's $10. Go get them yourself. They are awesome. All right, so I'm gonna try to narrowly get through this little gap here. There's a little skip gap there that lets you just kind of skip a bunch of these little spring dudes, which is thankfully, you know, on a keyboard, not the worst. On a wheel, that sucks. And so now we're gonna really put our, you know, Transfem driving license into use, and we are gonna just perfectly maneuver Madeline through this. Okay, awesome. Sick. I'm not gonna go for baddie boost. I'm convinced it's not real on a wheel. I don't think it's a real strat. I think that super is real, and I think that's it. Okay. Battle and fight time. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
So the first half of the battle and fight thankfully isn't too bad. It's the second half that I'm really concerned about, just because there's a couple rooms in there that are ridiculous. There's one in the first half that is pretty... I should have died there. I have no idea what just happened. But there are a couple rooms in the first little bit that do end up being really annoying. But there's none that make me go, oh man, this is really gonna add to the time. That's reserved for the second half. So here I'm just gonna do a little hop part 2, and you're not gonna believe this, little hop part 3. It was better as a trilogy. Maneuver here, avoid getting hit by those. Same thing here. This is just a little up down, up down, up down. Okay, over here, gonna here, hit that, and then you can just hit her there. Or I guess hug her there. That should have killed. They're being very, very generous to me today. Alright, grab this feather, shift down, shift up. Completely miss your target and recover it. That looked intentional borderline, that was sick. Up here, this is the one I think you don't have to wait for the cycle. Yeah, it's part 2. Okay, this is the first room that sucks. And I feel like it's self-explanatory. You can look at this and understand immediately. Oh yeah, no, this might be a little difficult on a wheel and a shifter. I'm sure you all see that room. That's a little taste of what's to come in the later half of the chapter. And so alright, so we're getting to the part where I need to focus for a bit, because chapter 6 really just is, and it never stops being. Oh, it's so chapter. Alright, send me your energy. I'm gonna focus up for a minute here. These are the rooms that really get difficult, so I am gonna focus up for a sec if that's all right with everyone. Alright, go. Okay, one down. Move on to the next. 2, clean. That's clean. Okay, so this, yeah. Alright, hop 1, 2, perfect. Is it the room after this that I hate? Yeah, welcome to the hardest room in chapter 6. And I feel like seeing it, you know why. Freedom. All right, sick. All right, I'm good. Okay, cool. This room is bad, but it's not terrible. We're in the clear. And we are out of rock bottom. We are free. All right, stress is over. Stress is over, everybody. Pack it up.
Deep
We can all go home. Lift up. Only verticality. Two and 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, and we are free. Yes. All right. Ah, that feels so good. That's always the most stressful part of a run. Always the most stressful part of a run. Every single time without fail. And we are out, and we are killing it, and we're succeeding, and we're gaming, and basically we're winning. All right, that feels good. Really happy to be out of that chapter. Welcome to the summit. This is it. This is the peak. This is everything. This is when Madeline does the win. So, fun section. Really hard. End of the game. Win? Go.
Let's win.
Is there anything that the steering wheel makes easier? No. And I wish I was joking. Everything is literally harder. All right, Winnable, let's go. So
let's go.
Welcome to the summit, and this is where we basically get to throw together everything we've learned. There is a segment for everything in every chapter we visited. There is a segment for, so we get to revisit a bunch of stuff that we've already seen throughout the game, and it's really cool, and it's really fun, and it's really hard. But this is, I'm gonna be real, my absolute favorite part of this run. I don't know if anyone just saw the left-hand shift, because that was ridiculous. I've never done that before, and I just kind of went, yeah, that seems possible. Turns out it is. Why not try it out live on a hotfix show? Clearly that's the best place to do it. Speaking of, thank you to the hotfix for kind of reaching out to me and going, hey, do you want to play Celeste on a wheel? Because yeah, I do. Like all
right
the time.
on.
So thank you for having me. I do appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you to the op community. I know there's a big old watch party going on right now in the server. Appreciate the heck out of y'all. Shout out to my boyfriend for getting me into this game, soon to be fiance for getting me into this game.
Congrats.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, got into this game when we started dating, just as a way to like relate to, you know, our new partners, like, because this is his favorite game, and so it was like, oh, well, I can use this as a way to, you know, understand like his, something that he likes, and just have like a mutual ground to talk about. And then I realized, yeah, wait, actually, like, this game's fun. And so it grew a little bit past something like that. This is winnable. I can.
That's a beautiful though story.
I can hit the skip on a wheel. The explanation, talking to parents, like, hey, yeah, okay, so I played. There's this one wacky game, you know, Celeste. Basically, I played a video game fast. We're getting grandkids now. Was such a conversation. Because we also met through Celeste speedrunning. Winnable. 1K. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, that was perfect. Up, up. Miss it a little bit. I shifted down, that was not neutral. That was neutral. I didn't just hit that. So fun fact about that just happened, that was a theory strat that I've been labbing for the last little bit that I was pretty sure wouldn't work. It does. Right, Oh, I hate this section. Okay, because you have to shift down midair. It's really hard. So 1, down, up, neutral. Perfect. Over, up. Beautiful. Oh, completely gorgeous. Just exactly what you love to see. Easy. Clearly. It's actually quite simple. Just play Celeste. This dies, so maybe don't, actually. Now we're in 1500, which is Return of the Cycles. 2. I'm not gonna get the actual cycle on a wheel. Wow. That super works, and I know it does. What's the death cycle on this? The death cycle is ask very kindly, I think. Potentially. The death cycle might be ask very kindly. Thank you. Perfect. Then go through here. A lot of Summit uses the button over the shifter, just because there's a lot of verticality in Summit, and because of the nature of the tricks that we're doing, a lot of things are literally impossible if I don't have a macro. I'm not sure about living that one, but I mean, if you want to give it to me. 2, that does not live. Yeah. That's more what I was looking for. Hey, I'm gonna get that cycle too. Nice. 2, up 2, and then it's jump over, and we're clear. I have to hyper here, right? Yes. I went down there into that room because that's the room that we do in the speedrun, and like I'm not supposed to do that one in the wheel run. But I just default brained. Perfect. Cool, okay. 2K. My second most hated segment. But it's okay, because I've simply decided that I'm actually just gonna be like super cool and super good and like do it properly. You know?
You got this.
Dash, dash. Easy, perfect. Thank God. Alright, now this room just needs to be nice to me. Okay, this one's really hard. Hold on. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. This room is really difficult, so I do just need 1 sec. And I'm out. Perfect. Needed. That room hurts a lot. Just because it's a lot of maneuvering the block up and down, making sure that it doesn't get stuck on the rocks so that you can take it into the next segment. And if at any point you mess any of that up, the block crumbles and you die and you get to restart, and it's like super annoying. However, I simply did not die. 1, 2, grab 2. Okay. Alright, now I just gotta get through this room. 2, and 1. I'm out of 2K. All right, let's keep it going. It's at some point you just gotta let the gameplay speak for itself. It's Celeste on a steering wheel. It is a precision platformer on a steering wheel, which is as dumb as it sounds, but it's very fun. And I just want to take this moment to reiterate: if you have a dumb idea for a speedrun, do it. It's really cool. Speedrunning is supposed to be fun, and I feel like in a lot of competition, a lot of people kind of forget that we started. Like, a lot of people get into this hobby because it's just a good time. And a lot of that gets lost when you get lost in like competing for times, and something like this, you're able to just kind of step back. You're really only competing against yourself, and you're just playing a game that you love in a fun, new, inventive way. Ends up being like a really needed break from the monotony of grinding. So I seriously recommend, if just picking up some weird controller, maybe you got a weird gamepad sitting around, maybe you got a Guitar Hero controller sitting around, something like that. Just give it a try. You'll be surprised, A, by how much fun you have with it, and B, by how much perspective it gives you on your game. And so, honestly, just give it a try, if nothing more than for the fun of saying you did, because then you can go to your friends and you'll be like, yeah, well, okay, you got world record, but did you do it on a steering wheel? And it's fun. I completely recommend visiting your favorite speed games in new ways. I'm gonna go for door skip. That's gotta be like, that can't be too bad, right? Nah. I say gotta go first try. Clearly just saved 9 years. Real Celeste runners now. I'm seeing a lot of people say, yo, where can I see stuff like this again? Funny enough, I stream like all the time. Twitch.tv/klop_. You can find me doing this stuff like all the time. I do submit this to marathons, whether I get in or not, you know. But I do stream Celeste attempts all the time. You can catch me over at my Twitch every single day doing Celeste runs, be it normal ones or this. All right, so now we are reaching the peak of the summit. This is the final stretch of the run. So everybody's been sticking around having a good time tonight. I do want to say thank you again for your time. Let's make this ending as clean as it can get, and let's have some fun while we do it. So we are in segment 1 of the ending, downdraft, which is where the wind is pushing us down all the time. And we just gotta decide, we can just dash. We can just not really worry about it, but the segment ends up being a lot of fun. I did not know that was doable. Okay. And then, yeah, so once we get into the last segment, I'll call it out, and we do normally, as a community, do a final 5 flag countdown. And so I'll start us counting down. But we are approaching the end of downdraft, which is the end of me getting to relax at any point at all, because updraft is a lot harder, and not by like a close margin, by like a lot. Updraft sucks. And so we gotta get through it. And there will be one fun little trick that I go for. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Totally just for fun. Ooh, I got that first try. Oh, that's huge. Oh, I got that first try. That's actually huge. Oh, flag 17, my nemesis. I die here. Yeah, that's what I get for getting flag 17 first try. Yeah, flag 17 is pretty notoriously bad on a wheel, I'm gonna be honest. Getting out of that safely felt really good. All right, 13 is another one, really, really hard one, because there's a really hyper-precise little gap that we have to get into at the end. So I'm just gonna, 1, 2, oh my God, flag 13 first try. This is going better than I ever could have anticipated. That's just beautiful and you love to see it. Flag 11, another reason why the up macro exists. Shifting this is an experience. Additionally, flag 9, which you'll see in a second, is also like really bad. And I have done it on a shifter just because I didn't have this button set up the first time. All right, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it at least once. I feel like I have to. There's this really like pointless skip that's pretty much. You remember the demo dash that I did earlier? It's like, it's like 8 times more precise than that, but it's fun to go for. All right.
Oh gosh.
1 pixel too low. I'll give it one more try and then we'll just call it. But it's a fun little skip nonetheless. Pixel too low. That's fine. I have gotten it on the wheel once before though. It is technically doable. I've done it on a wheel before. I'm not gonna eat everybody's time though, because that one's pretty frame grindy, and can get pretty annoying. That was a perfect 9. That was a really good 9. I'm like super happy about that actually. I also want to point out this pace is like really good. This game reminds me of Towerfall, same developers. Which is why the style is going to be very familiar to you. Anyways, let's get it going. So 5, 4, damn. Just holding the button. That was terrifying. Forgot the wall bounce. Pixel off. Me and 4 don't get along. You guys are gonna have to just. Yeah, flag 4 is like. Flag 4 and 3 are like the death of me. 3 you will understand very rapidly. No, okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, no, there's no way we first try 3. That's just not happening. I'm gonna say, this would not be a steering wheel run. Yeah. Flag 3. My hated. Over. Dash 1. Redo? Yeah. In case y'all were wondering why the estimate, what it is what it is, this. Another attempt at least. Yo, please. Hey, flag 3 is done.
Got it.
Let's go. On to 2. Pause, wait. Oh my god, first try flag 2, are you kidding? You're kidding. I just want to point out real quick for everybody in chat who might not know, this is the second ever sub-hour steering wheel run. This is kind of awesome. Yeah, that's the second ever sub-hour run. Let's go! I feel so good.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! Let's go. 57:28.
Holy smoke.
That is 4 minutes off of my record.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
go. That was awesome. What a run.
I barely have words for what I just witnessed. That was amazing.
What a run. I want to say under 100 deaths. Let's go.
What?
89 deaths, 57 minutes, 28 seconds, the second ever sub-hour run performed on a wheel, and I think the first one under 100 deaths. I don't know what to say. I'm just as I am just as impressed as all of you are. I am so proud of this run. This run could not have gone better. Once again, I do want to shout out if you liked this, if you liked seeing someone play Celeste on a steering wheel, definitely hit up the Twitch, twitch.tv/KLF_. I do this all the time. Other than that, thank you to the op community for supporting me each and every step of the way. Y'all are awesome. Thank you to my amazing boyfriend for getting me into this game. And thank you to whoever got me a steering wheel, because it's been a really long time. I'm not really sure I remember, but thank you. Trans rights are cool, and so are you. Step Celeste, stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much to Hotfix for having me on. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the show. There's more coming up, and yeah, thank you for having me. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, Caleb. And again, I'll put it in the chat. If you enjoyed this run, make sure you follow Caleb here on Twitch, KAYLAWP_. There will be more Celeste to come on the channel, I'm sure of it. But before we break, make sure to check out Games Done Quick on Instagram for bite-sized clips from all of our Hotfix shows and for a sneak peek at what goes down behind the scenes at our events. And also a big shout out to all of our supporters, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered here on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support weekly Hotfix content, including Time Capsule. So please consider subscribing if you do enjoy our weekly Hotfix shows. Oh, that run was amazing. I hope you're ready for more, because coming up next, we have The Messenger with Grandius, and we'll be back in just a moment with that. All right, everybody, welcome back to Time Capsule here on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. I'm your host, Smooth Operative, and we are all set up for the Messenger. So please welcome Grandius, Belial, and Sort of Alpha. Grandius, you want to start off the intro?
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I will be your runner of the Messenger today. And of course, joining me, as you said, was Belial. Welcome in, man.
Hey, how's it going?
And Sort of Alpha as well.
Hello.
Dragged him on in here. Looking forward to showcasing you all some Messenger action. And this is going to be a new game, No Out of Bounds, 8-bit. So that kind of sounds like a lot, but the new game and No Out of Bounds parts, it makes sense. You just start a new run and don't go out of bounds. The 8-bit part, basically we'll just be doing the 8-bit segment of the game, which kind of makes it more like a 30-minute range run. Versus like after that, it turns into 16-bit, and then there's this Metroidvania part, and it's like a really long, thing. So they kind of made this 8-bit category to be a lot more accessible, and it ended up being the most optimized and most ran category. So it's kind of our main category. And yeah, there's lots of cool movement, lots of cool tech, boss fights, like everything you could ask for is basically stuffed into this one run. So I'm really excited to show you all what we got going on here.
Thanks for being on.
Yeah, thank you. And I guess I'll go ahead and do a countdown here and we'll get going. So I'll get started here in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. So starting off, we're just going to be going through Ninja Village. It's essentially a bit of an auto-scroller, but one good thing is it teaches you the basics of the cloud step mechanic. This is kind of like the core mechanic of what makes this game really cool, or one of the things. And essentially what it is if you hit an enemy or an object while in the air, you get a cloud step. And this allows you to jump again. And you could do this repeatedly to get a lot of jumps in the air based off what you're able to hit. So I'll be using that here just to traverse this early section. This game, made by Sabotage Studios, absolutely awesome developers. Actually, when the game first came out, they had or shortly after, they had a Sabo Cup. They actually hosted a tournament for speedrunners to run this game.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, really, really cool bunch. They did a IGN like developers react to the Messenger speedrun, and they commented on a bunch of stuff, and yeah, overall they've been really cooperative and cool with the community.
Also adding the text skip.
Yeah, you'll see these text boxes flying by. You used to have to mash really fast through all these, and it was like how fast you mashed got through them a lot faster. And it was rough.
I don't think any of us would have ran this game.
Yeah,
if we had to mash it.
It would have been terrible. So they actually patched it in text skips just for the speedrunners, which is really cool. So coming up, I'm gonna start doing some of the core tech. Maybe one of you all could explain turtle boosting. Alpha, you want to?
Yeah, I can try. I'll try not to go too deep into it. But basically how it works is there's a mechanic in the game where if you walk towards an enemy and slash, it pushes the enemy back, and you get that kind of a slowdown. And basically by turning around and then slashing and turning that slash into the enemy, Grand is able to get a boost off of the enemy instead.
You can also use them on the blocks, like at the beginning of that room.
Yeah, basically anything that has more than 1 HP.
Yeah, and I'll be making extensive use of that. So I will be going in there, saying hello to the shopkeeper and picking up the climbing claws, which we can use to, climb walls and kick off walls and do all kinds of other cool stuff. I also picked up an upgrade, Strike of the Ninja, which costs 40 time shards. This just lets me slash through projectiles. In my opinion, the game is pretty miserable without this upgrade, but thankfully it's like one of the first ones you can get. So it's not really too big of a deal. We'll be taking a bit of a damage boost here.
Yeah, and there's something recently found where we found Grand was actually doing IL grinds, and we found that the game actually seeds how you boost in those spikes off of. Just weird how the game starts, but so now we know that the very first time we load into the game will be boosted right there, and we use that in a couple different areas, like this trick coming up.
Yeah, we'll see if I get through this room fast enough. I can go for a cool trick.
Really tight cycle, yeah.
I don't know about this one. No, it ain't happening. You can tell by where that saw's out. Basically, if you can go for this different damage boost that gets you through just a tiny bit faster. But it's all just small optimization.
And that wouldn't have been possible until we found the seeds for the levels.
Yeah, at that point, it's basically just a 50-50.
Yeah, the spikes to us, it was like, sometimes they boost you left, sometimes they boost you right, but now it's like, oh, it's seeded, which is a bit of a strange thing, but yeah, it was cool to figure out one day.
It helps a lot, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool details that they put into, like the sound kind of changing, getting muffled a little bit when you go underwater, and different stuff like that. You'll notice they really this game was very much a passion project, and you could really feel it. I probably shouldn't have went for that boost at Marathon, but that's what it is. At least I got
scary,
through it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy to die going for that those 2 turtle boosts there. Oops.
Yeah, early on in the game, we utilize a lot of turtle boosts just because of our movement options are pretty limited.
Yeah, it gets a lot crazier later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because almost each level, you'll get introduced to new tricks and new tech that you can go for. So we'll be talking about each bit of that as we go. Now I am going to go in here and get some upgrades. It's going to help me a lot with this boss and the levels coming up.
Grand getting the classic jump instead of going into the shop for talking to the shopkeeper.
Yeah. Try to talk to him a little bit too soon, end up jumping. All right, here's the first boss, Leaf Monster.
Pretty difficult boss fight. Actually, in the speedrun now, it is very difficult.
Yeah, it used to be very free.
This boss, the speedrun strat was literally spam slash as you run up to him, and then crouch under his leaf thing. That was it. And you'd throw the 3 shurikens too, and that would get you the quick kill. But now we do that damage boost, and you have to time a damage recovery and get to the other side of him and do these weird turns and stuff. And all that is just to get a little bit closer to the exit. So that when he's dead, you can just get out of the room a little bit faster.
Yeah, it saves about 0.6.
And you lose 14.
It costs 14.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Talk about every little bit.
Yeah. Gotta take what you can get.
That's just run in a nutshell at this point.
Yeah, everything's gotten really crazy. Now we're entering into the Catacombs, which is a very cycle-based level. And so sometimes like there, I was taking a little bit of time to collect some extra shards just because I'd have to wait on that crusher cycle anyways. So we will be needing some of these shards to buy some more upgrades in the future. Here's the gauntlet. Ooh, missed a shuriken there. This is another one of those boosts on the spikes that is seeded. So I know I'll always boost right there. Oh boy.
Oh.
That was a little bit of a miss kick. Yeah, so you can very easily die, especially, speaking of which, this trick is very risky that I'm going to go for here. Hopefully I can get it.
Very tight cycle.
Yeah, over the past year, we've added a lot of strats that for a long time we talked about being not real.
Feasible, yeah. Nice.
But, like,
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
that's
We
the
use that-
Catacomb cycle reset.
We use that fireball as a... If you get hit by the fireball, you will die if you keep going. But as long as you clear it, you're pretty much good.
The scariest part is you swim really close to those spikes to be able to make that cycle, and they will kill you if you touch them at that point because you don't have enough HP otherwise. And it's another one of those that saves like 0.6, and if you miss it, you probably die. You know,
But it's like
just-
street
just,
cred
you know.
if you get it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually one of the few tricks where analog actually has an advantage because we do something called clean drops through these platforms, and analog allows you to do them at an angle that makes them smooth. So like keyboard and D-pad users have a little bit of issues with those.
Yeah, basically on keyboard
Oh.
and D-pad, you have to press down and jump at the same frame.
Yeah, and Gron was going for a trick called the donk here. Skips this cutscene.
Very tight trick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 2-frame window.
Yeah, it saves about 8 seconds.
If I get the fast drop here. Oh, not quite. There's a bunch of like little tricks that it's like you use it one time in the whole run.
Yeah.
But it makes it really fun because there's always like more and more you can learn about this game and stuff you can improve at.
I don't even think we've talked about kick boosts yet.
Yeah, that'd be a
which
good thing
is-
to mention.
Which is basically at the end of a wall climb at the top, you'll want to have at least one neutral frame while kicking off of it, because if you just hold right, the game will greatly reduce your momentum. If you have one neutral frame in there and then repress right, it gives you full momentum.
Yeah, there's a lot of like interesting like momentum kind of things and acceleration speeds and stuff in the air especially, and we kind of just like manage that the best we can. Hello, Ruxton. So this is the first big RNG point of the run. I was hoping he would go up to the top of the screen because it saves 8 seconds, but we're gonna chase him around and have a nice little fun time. He's a pretty cool dude though.
He is, yeah. Yeah, other than that, Catacombs is basically the bane of the existence of every runner. Just because you have Badonk, Kadonk as like a trick that saves 8 seconds and is really tight, and a 50-50 on Ruxton that also saves 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's
The
not,
world record attempts right now are need both almost.
Yeah, exactly. Coming up is Bamboo. This level's awesome. There's no boss, but it's just fun movement. Like using the water here to get a little bit of more speed. Lots of turtle boosts to go for. Gonna be doing some different stuff with the shurikens to snipe these switches. Open gates. Just a lot of really cool stuff.
Got Nargis strat there. Saves like less than 0.1, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's like 2 frames, and you can just get hit by the captain, fall.
Very good so far.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm just honestly so happy to have gotten through Autumn and Catacombs without dying.
It's a very big roadblock for sure.
Yeah, I'll also be making use of those turtle boosts we talked about on the switches too. Just narrowly avoiding jumping into the spikes there and boosting on that switch 3 times to get up. Here coming up is the big room. There's this trick is something else.
Very infamous room, yeah.
Nice.
Nice. That is a very hard step.
Yeah, this
Didn't quite
room's
get
had
too hard,
this room's had
Nice.
iterations of a lot of different strats from a lot of different runners. And
Yeah.
Alpha's got like 40 hours in there grinding for Hall of Fast room times.
Just in that one room, yeah.
Yeah, like when that trick that I just did was first found, Bilal here is actually the one who found it. I was pretty convinced that I was like, nah, this isn't going in runs. It's way too hard. Like, it's just too much. And it did save like a full second, but if you miss it, you can lose a lot of time. Like, it can go really, really wrong. And as everyone just kept getting better at the game and practicing, several people have put it in the run now, and it's really cool to see. So coming up, we're gonna be getting another big major item here, the wingsuit, which kind of allows us to glide around. I'll also be picking up a thing that allows us to swim way faster, and also to do an attack with this new wingsuit that we just got.
Yeah, wingsuit adds a lot of interesting movement. We get to kind of yeet off these like air vents.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I went for it.
Nice.
Respect.
There's a really tight drop you could do there.
Got the
Pull the
double on
double?
that kappa. Yeah.
That's required.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of just, at this point, unnecessarily hard things to save the smallest amounts of time, but it makes the run look really cool too, I think.
Yeah, gives you a lot of swag points too.
So this is the Donkey Kong room, as we call it, and I will be going for a thing called Donkey Kong Skip, which I just got. Basically, if you go fast enough, you could beat that saw without getting killed.
Yeah, Grand made it look very easy, but you need to have some very precise movement around the room to actually get it.
Yeah, there's something in this game called drift, and you get any drift on any of those corners, you'll miss that trick and die to the saw.
Yeah.
So I will be going for making use of that swim boost here to get some speed coming out of this water. Oh
Nice.
my
Oh,
goodness!
nice! That is amazing.
That's the god eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is very hard to do.
It's probably frame perfect, I would like to
Yeah.
say. But it saves a couple seconds. It's actually pretty significant to keep that speed through that corridor. So this next boss is impossible because you have to count. So the goal is to count 7 hits on the core and kind of get out of there, because it takes 8 hits to like kill the core, and it'll release these like air vents on the side that allow us to get up to like the actual head of the boss to damage him there. And we want to kind of already be over at the vent so I could throw a shuriken to trigger that, which kind of like buys us more time.
Yeah, and most of the messenger runners we know have a hard time counting up to 7.
Yeah, we're not the best counters in the world.
Know every room time in every room in the category, but can't count to 7 on the boss fight.
So true. All right, go to the last phase here. Gonna hopefully kill him low, but there's kind of some RNG, and there we go.
Nice.
Oh, that's a
Very
really good kill. Yeah.
So yeah, he can basically go wherever he wants. You want to kill him as low to the ground as possible, because it kind of like slowly floats you down to the bottom, and then you kind of talk to him. But he's just a nice guy. It was a bit of a misunderstanding, you know? And he is sad to see us go.
Aw.
Yeah. We call that the golem thump. All right, on into Cool Shroom. So this level it's kind of just making use of all the stuff we've done already, like all the different tech and stuff. And the next level, it's going to kind of open up into a whole new world with the rope dart upgrade. But coming up is the right room, as we call it, because it is the longest room in the run.
Used to be pretty much the easiest room in the game. Now you can do a T-boost on every enemy in the room, basically.
Yeah.
And make it completely impossible.
Like, we used to just walk through the room, and that was it. And now we're doing all these boosts, like, through the platforms and trying to position all these so that you can get through it. Which this room actually went pretty well.
That was a very good room.
Pretty hot.
Like, every turtle boost can save upwards of 10 frames, which is a 60 frames per second game. But you can also lose, oh my goodness, you can also lose a lot of time on every one of them.
Yeah, basically, if you ever walk into a turtle, all that time is just gone for like 10 turtle boosts.
Yeah, exactly. You do like 10 boosts and then mess up one of them and it's all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see just making use of the cloud steps and the wingsuit slash and all that to try to navigate this.
There's a new strat in this next room. I don't know if it's so tight. If we can get it.
Oh, that was close.
It was really close.
Yeah, you can actually barely reach that mushroom platform there, so you don't have to like turn around.
But it allows us to get one more boost out of this room that we used to not be able to get.
Mm-hmm.
Free 10 frames.
Yeah, everything's super free.
This is the bully room. This one damage cycle was very infamously hard for a very long time until Gon and I figured out a very consistent way to do it. So basically, if you damage boost while pushing into a wall, you can instantly kick off of it, and that makes it much easier to get that.
Oops. That strat normally doesn't go wrong. I just got sniped. All right, Queen of Quills. This boss is actually pretty hard. Essentially, I want a 2 cycle here, and not to get the whip attacks. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this has also had a bunch of iterations. A new iteration of this fight is very difficult, where we can't lose damage at all, or we'll get whips. Now this is a variation where we'll still get the kill in the middle, which is still faster than the old way a little bit, but a little bit bad RNG. Yeah,
there's multiple bosses in the messenger where even when the boss is essentially dead, like 1 HP, you have to like wait for them to finish up an attack and then kind of go to like an ending area, and then you can deliver the finishing blow. So some of these fights, it's very like we just are trying to figure out the absolute best cycle that we can get on each different pattern. Now coming up though, the run is about to take a turn and get a lot faster, because I'm going to be getting the rope dart, which is essentially like a grappling hook. And that allows you to do all kinds of things.
Very crazy things, yeah. Gonna speed up the run a lot here.
Hey, like the first noticeable thing is how fast we go up walls now. Something we call rope dart climbing. Alpha here probably has one of the better rope dart climbs in all games, so he can probably explain it the best.
I'll try, I guess. There's some very complicated inputs to it, but basically, so far we've just been normally climbing walls with just milking the height of our jumps as long as possible without using any speed. So you want to release the the jump button for as little time as possible. But for the rope dart climb, basically you want to kick and then rope dart and keep holding your jump button so that you get an extra kick out of the climb, which if you repeat that, it lets you climb up walls really fast.
Two crowns flying through this level, but the room back there's the bird that he killed to get up the elevators is a pretty new strat, and it's very hard.
It is very tight.
And it goes really wrong when you miss it. So that was amazing to see.
Yeah, Crags is it's almost over.
Yeah, I was gonna say
very fast.
It was actually
I was just trying to get through the explanation as fast as I could.
Just slow down a little bit. All right,
Very
Colas and
RNG
Seuss's.
Very RNG heavy boss fight.
Oh boy.
Also kind of bad. Already kind of bad. This is probably the slowest attack they have. They basically each can do 3 attacks. They have one team attack, one attack where they throw a boulder, which is the most optimal attack because you can one cycle both of them with one boulder throw. But yeah, 2 teams attacks isn't that bad. At least you can get the one cycle on each one of them pretty easily.
Yeah, there's something like 16 seconds of RNG variance in this fight. You get really unlucky versus very lucky. So it's a pretty infamous boss, but they're pretty cool dudes. One of them skips leg day, and one skips arm day. Really,
Perfect
you'll
match.
see them. Yeah, exactly. A match made in heaven. All right, Glacial. Glacial is such a smooth level. Like it. When I first saw 2C Plus, shouts to 2C Plus, do this, it's really what made me want to speedrun this game because it's just such a good level.
Yeah, everything comes together in this level.
Oh, that's another cool piece of tech that Ground and Narga found. Where we throw the shuriken, it raises the rope dart by a pixel for some reason. So we're able to get that one tile rope dart.
Yeah, it just allows that rope dart to reach that, which normally it wouldn't be able to. Just saves a tiny bit.
Yeah, this is most runners' favorite level, or at least their favorite music.
It's so good. The soundtrack, I didn't talk about it enough, but Rainbow Dragon Eyes, which is the name of the composer for this, he's a cool dude, and he did a fantastic job. And there's actually like 2 versions of every song too, because later on, a spoiler alert, but we'll be going to there will be like a 16-bit thing, which I'll at least be showcasing in the glitch exhibition.
Very smooth movement so far.
Thank you. See if I get the one tile here. Nice. Oh yeah, this is kind of a cool thing. Don't blink.
Yeah, the stream didn't just cut out there. That is actual tech in the game.
Yeah, it's a teleport. We don't really need to go too deep into it, but when the developer reacts, what was the video, Ground?
Oh, the IGN video. The developer reacts to the Messenger speedrun. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of explain. The programmer for Sabotage explains how that works. We didn't really understand how it worked exactly, but the sprites move, and they reuse the sprites, so we reattach to it and go across the room, basically. It's a cool video to check out.
It also makes for fun because if people that are like new to the Messenger speedrunning and they're just like watching a run for the first time, I can't tell you how many people are like, Did the stream just skip? Is he splicing? like what's going on?
Exposed.
Yeah.
In Grant's case, the answer is usually yes.
Okay. So this is Tower Time. This will be the last level of the 8-bit run. This level is really scary. There's lots of like lasers that do 4 damage and spikes that deal 3, and you can get crushed. And there's lots of difficult cycles. Speaking of which, there's a trick here called Hail Mary. I'll try to get it.
Nice.
That's taking a damage boost on the laser, which does 4, and then I'm trying to get that projectile to take the second hit so I can get through the next 2 set of lasers with a damage boost. Okay.
But yeah, this whole level is just health management for the most part.
Yeah, it's not
Knowing
dying.
what to use. Yeah.
The best you can. Just just a lot of brutal tricks.
We're gonna see the 3 tile.
No, I can't.
Damn.
There's a trick on this room right here where you can go out to the left. It just it's not real.
That's what you're saying.
Oh boy, okay.
Oh wow. And we want to see health from these eyeballs. Oh, almost got the shungite.
Yeah, if you throw that shuriken perfectly, it'll actually hit the crystal and the eyeball, which is pretty cool. And yeah, there's basically an upgrade we got that gives you a chance for health drops. If we got those health drops, I could damage boost through this section. But instead, I'm gonna have to just kind of wait this out. Didn't quite get the marathon luck. But
yeah, the luck's been a little rough.
Yeah, it has. But that's okay. I haven't died yet. I probably just cursed myself.
Don't worry, the rest of the run is free anyways.
Yeah, what could go wrong? You throw a shuriken there to hit that crystal because he's kind of teleports you to the next section, and that just is a lot faster than just walking across the room.
You don't have a shuriken there. It's called the Walk of Shame.
This is a cool. This is Dosa host. Just to get through that room with health. We used to come through there with 1 health, and that room was way more sketchy.
Yeah, you go into that room with 1 HP, and there's 3 Wizrobes just, try to take you down. It was pretty terrifying. Gonna be doing a trick here called Crystal Abuse, which basically allows me to hit that crystal through the wall. Normally your slash doesn't kind of reach, but if you face away from the wall and slash and then jump off the wall, for some reason, you get this really long slash behind you that is able to barely reach that crystal.
Nice.
That's big.
Okay,
That's
final boss coming up. Yeah, that was the laser skip there. It's pretty rough because if you miss it, you come into the final boss with 2 HP, and it's never a fun time.
Oh
Thanks
gosh.
for some good clips though.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, coming up on time on the last hit of this boss here. Gonna be jumping off his hand. Oh boy. So he's supposed to knock you away like that.
Good showcase.
Yeah, just. Oh boy. We just gotta get through this one. All right, Tom.
All right, GG.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, GG.
Thank you. But yeah, he tries to clap you down to the bottom, and it's a really long fight. He has all these different attacks, and he basically gives you these little platforms you could kind of get on to get back up to him eventually. But we're speedrunners. We don't want to deal with all that, so we just keep rope dart attaching to him over and over.
Yeah, the rope that gives you a little bit of an iframe so you don't get hit by the laser balls flying around his neck.
Yeah.
It actually is so funny. You look like a little yo-yo when you do it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I love the spinny. We generally call it Spinny Boy, and it's just it actually has some cool tricks like spinning like that. But yeah, the game continues on. This is the 16-bit portion. We get a cool hat, and
heck yeah.
Yeah. So there is categories that kind of go through the whole game, but I mean we're talking the world record's 1 hour and 41 minutes, so it's a bit of a long run. I will be showcasing some of the areas though, because coming up we got a glitch exhibition. So I will be loading into. Yeah.
Do you need extra time to set up for that, Grandius, or is it pretty quick?
I'm good to go. I've got the save file set up and everything. So
okay,
if you
sweet. Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Also, I have the game in Chinese just because it saves a little bit of time on text. Shoutouts to the Hollow Knight runner X2U who actually found that Chinese was faster than Japanese.
I can't believe we didn't even touch on that.
Yeah, so I'm going to be loading into one of the kind of like Metroidvania parts of the game that you would eventually get to. It's called Elemental Skylands. The track here is an absolute banger. And normally, over here to the right, I'm at the very end of the stage. There's this boss, Elemental Concierge. She's this big flying robot guy. And normally you drop down on this dragon, your dragon friend called Manfred, and you go over there flying on a dragon and you just shoot him with fireballs from the dragon. But I actually found through a pretty interesting sequence that we're able to get over there without Manfred and kind of fight the boss, like as just the ninja. So I'll try to show that off. Also, these are cool if you're unfamiliar with the game. These are time portals that switch between the 16-bit and 8-bit portions of the game, which as you can see kind of changes things a little bit. It also changes the music. Yeah, it's so cool. There's a lot of kind of cool little puzzles and stuff in the game that use this. But one interesting thing is if you rope dart like a wall and you basically change time as that's happening, you get like super fast speed. And so what I'm going to do is you can see there's like a wall here in the 8-bit segment. I'm going to try to jump to this portal and rope dart this wall before the time era switches over to like the 16-bit or what they would call in the game the future. So let me try this. This is pretty precise. Oh, well. I was going to say it's pretty precise, so we got a second try. So now we're just flying, and we're going to go over here to this boss. Hello, Concierge. The boss fight's a little busted. Normally, he's going to be like shooting you and stuff. But the game does not expect you to be able to get over here. It does make for an interesting boss. Now, there's no guarantees that I'll actually finish this, because if I fall, it's over. I ain't getting back up. But this is pretty cool. Oh, let's see. And also, I've got these other shurikens I forgot to mention, the windmill shurikens. It's kind of like a completionist thing. If you collect everything, you get these windmill shurikens that kind of recharge on their own. You can kind of see them at the top left. And not only do they do damage, okay, there we go. But they also grant you cloud steps. So the game is kind of, because here's the thing. Normally when you kill that core, that's like phase 1 out of 3. And it throws you back on your buddy, Manfred. But we didn't have Manfred. We came over here just on our own. And so things are a little bit weird. And the game's just gonna decide to kill us there. And yeah. there's all Concierge's rockets, still flying about.
Oh my gosh.
Everything is just super busted at this point. But yeah, you could, unfortunately, you can't fully complete the fight because of that. You'd have to actually just get on Manfred and do it normally. The game is also in a weird state. It's kind of soft locked, like I can't open the menu or do anything until I do this phase normally. So I'm gonna do this phase 1 normally, and then we'll move on to the next glitch. But I wanted to show that off because I thought it was a pretty cool thing. This is what the fight looks like normally. But yeah, now I can open up the menu. Like before, I couldn't get out of the game without like just doing Alt F4 or whatever. So
that was really cool. I like that one.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe one day we'll figure out a way to like do the whole fight like that without it glitching out too bad. But that's as far as we got so far.
There's a bounty in it for someone.
Yeah, exactly. So first off, you may notice I have a different shirt on. This is actually an item that's in the game that's unobtainable. We just did a little save file edit to throw it in here for the showcase for fun.
Styling. Love it.
Yeah, it's a fully functional outfit.
All the cutscenes have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was the one who found it, I believe, right?
I don't remember who had it, but yeah, we were able to bring it in. I've done runs with it just for fun.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now, this is in Autumn Hills. Although I have more upgrades than like in your normal run. Now I'm gonna be doing some out of bounds clipping, and this is something discovered pretty recently. Like there's a lot of different ways to out of bounds, but this exact method is fairly new. Basically I'm gonna be getting up to this tile, and you can see how my rope dart doesn't reach. You also can't rope dart while crouching, but if you throw a shuriken at the exact same time that you rope dart, it's kind of like it keeps your rope dart down for like just a tiny bit, and it'll grab this tile that I'm not normally supposed to be able to grab. And it just kind of clips me through the ground there. So I'm gonna do that one more time and go into this out of bounds section. Oh, hello, shopkeeper. I guess he's just hanging out here. Or she is. And yeah, now I'm in the headquarters. So this is already like, that was a dev door. It's just kind of they left in and we found it. And now we're in this, this is kind of like the main hub of the Metroidvania part of the game. And I'm gonna do something else that's never supposed to happen here, which is dying, because there's nothing that can harm you. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that clip to clip into the wall, and there's like a failsafe where if you press down while in a wall, it just kills you. And this causes some cool things to happen. Because now there's the outfit, by the way, and the thing. But yeah, the first thing is it's playing like 8-bit music, even though I'm in 16-bit land. Also, the background is completely different. Like you never see this nighttime backdrop, which is pretty cool. I don't know exactly why it does that. You also notice there's no enemies.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Or lanterns.
Yeah, or lanterns. Also, everything is not as it seems. So this looks like an opening, but it's not. It's a wall. But yeah, things are a bit weird. Maybe we should hop in the shop and just reset. You know, go in the shop, come back out. You know, maybe everything will be fixed. You know,
Yeah,
turn it
let's
off and
try
turn it back on again. You know.
Might have to do the warning.
Yeah. So the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to notice that the audio is really messed up. There's two of the same song playing at the same time. So to get out of that, I'm going to reload the room one more time. But before I leave this portal, I will give like an epilepsy kind of seizure warning if anyone is susceptible to that stuff, because the screen will be flickering. So just a lot. Yeah, because the game, yeah, we're doing some crazy things here. So yeah, now we are in what we like to call 24-bit. Because what is happening is the game's trying to load the 8-bit world and the 16-bit world simultaneously. And this creates for some pretty funny interactions. Like the camera, for one, doesn't follow the ninja properly, so you get to do silly things like this. Spawn this turtle in. You know, he's just walking along, having a good old jolly time. And then we come on the screen, and there he goes.
Oh, so, he's gone.
He's gone. So you could do this forever. I mean, this alone is good fun. But,
have we gone too far?
Yeah. I'll try to, let me see if I can do this real quick. Yeah, up here. So if you look in the top right corner of the screen,
oh my gosh,
you'll notice I'm half the ninja is 16-bit and half is 8-bit. You can kind of see it like changing at the top of the screen. So yeah, this I could spend way too long in this area, but it's really chaotic, glitchy, and the flickering gets really bad. So I'm just going to do what I think we know we have to do, and I'm joining the turtle. So we're
by cruel world.
Yeah. So yeah, that's 24-bit. It's a wild and crazy glitch. Every time we go into it, something different happens and we have a fun time. So I just wanted to showcase a little bit of it there.
Oh my gosh.
The
I'm
reason,
crying.
by
That
the way,
was
we're
good.
falling. Yeah, the reason we fall through that pit in the turtle is because in the 16-bit world, there's no ground there. Like they get rid of the ground, so it's kind of like both are there at the same time, trying to. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it makes for some funny things. You can walk through walls and. Oh, and that happened. So I will be reloading the game because my game crashed.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah, I'll restart the thing and everything. But,
Yeah, no worries.
Let me get going here. So that I did not think it would crash, but like I said, that glitch is pretty unpredictable. The game really doesn't like that. So yeah. All right. Going on into the last segment, and this is a cool one. Shoutouts to Assassin Narga, because he is the runner who discovered all of this sequence. Let me fix my button layout. Okay. So, how the corrupted feature normally works is it's a really slow kind of auto-scroller section. And then at the very end of it, you collect this musical note that you need to kind of beat the game. And you get chased out by this giant, scary Cthulhu-type monster. And yeah, that's kind of what we got going on here. But instead of going through this slow section, I'm going to be using these windmill shurikens to just go up here. I'm just going to get some cloud steps, go up here, and go over top the level. It's kind of like, your classic Super Mario Brothers 1, just go above everything. And go through. So I'm gonna navigate this real quick. There is one point where we can't go over the top anymore. We have to drop down and kind of like get up to the other part. But yeah, it'll be here in just a second. Just gonna be making like essentially clever use of the windmill shuriken to kind of get it swinging around. Because like I said, it grants you cloud steps when it hits stuff. So we can use it to get extra jumps as well. So to get back up there, I'm gonna do this. It didn't quite get it. I'm trying to get this windmill shuriken to hit a lantern as I'm jumping up. Okay, there we go. And then, okay. Get it to swing around and hit that guy and get up here. So this skips like an entire, like basically auto-scroller.
Oh, that's an awesome find.
Yeah. It is considered out of bounds, so in the no out of bounds run, we can't use it, but...
Fair.
Yeah. It's still very, very cool. And now here we are. So this is the music note. We're going to collect this and get chased by a monster. It's going to be scary. But I'm going to be doing a strat that Assassin Narga found and called Vendetta Steal. And essentially, the goal of this trick is to get so far ahead of this monster that he's off screen, because he speeds up with you, but you can go so fast through this that he gets off screen and he won't catch up to me until the very end. That's the goal of the trick. This has never been performed at a live event. Only me and Assassin Narga, to my knowledge, have ever done this trick. And it's not even made it into a run yet. Because normally we can skip this. There's like a death warp we could do to skip the sequence. There's only like one weird category that you'd actually have to do this escape sequence as intended. And it hasn't, no one's gotten it in a run there yet. But the reason this is so hard is I'm going to be making use of these hooks. So if you rope throw these hooks, you get a lot of speed. And if you don't touch the ground, or grab a wall like that, or get hit by an enemy, you can basically maintain this speed. And you have a little bit of control over the speed. If you let go of the stick so that it goes to neutral, you get a slightly slower speed. So you can kind of adjust between those two speeds. And I'm going to be trying to keep that speed as much as possible while navigating through tight corridors with a giant monster chasing me. So here we go.
Yeah,
It's time
man
for,
versus monster.
Yes.
Let's go.
And this could take me a bunch of attempts, but thankfully, anytime you get eaten by the monster, it just puts you right back, so I get to try again. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this will be the final trick of the showcase.
Yeah, good luck on this one.
Thank you. Oh boy.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'm gonna need it. Okay. Oh, almost.
Oh,
I got clipped into the wall there,
Very close.
so I lost my
that
speed.
was very impressive.
Yeah, gosh.
That was almost the end. Okay, here we go. Let's go!
Nice.
I'm moving.
That
That's
is,
amazing. Yeah.
that is amazing.
All right.
One last chomp. Very nice.
And normally you go through that portal, but if you saw I was going so fast, the game is like, what is going on? And you just overshoot the portal. There's like a kind of a cutscene, and it just
Oh my
breaks and
gosh.
soft locks the game.
It looks like
Oh,
he's
that's
hiding
really
in the
sad.
little corner.
Yeah. He's kind of just moonwalking into the corner, you know, eternally, you know.
It's like, if I just stay here, he won't notice me.
Yeah, exactly.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
It's just very sad to have lost his playmate as well.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Aw. The Cthulhu monster is really just misunderstood.
Does the Cthulhu monster just pout the whole time?
Yeah.
I guess it's soft lock now, so
Yeah,
Yep.
this is how it ends.
this is forever sad.
Yeah. So you can slow down at the very end and get out of here normally, but I this is something I found while doing this, practicing for this, and I was like, oh, we gotta show this. It's a whole new soft lock.
Oh, right
Yeah.
on. Well, thank you so much
for having us.
Yeah, of course. Grandius, do you have any shout outs or comments you'd like to make before we wrap up tonight's show?
Yeah, I just like to shout out the Messenger and the Bamboo crew, as we call ourselves. This is an awesome speed run to get into. It's one of those ones that just learning an 8-bit run is pretty straightforward, and there's a lot of different, easier strats to kind of get you into it. It's very much an easy to learn, hard to master speed run, and yeah, I think it'd be awesome to get into. Thank you so much to Belial and Alpha for joining me on commentary. I believe it was Belial's first time ever commentating, so really
right
cool.
on.
That was fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I had a blast. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves.
Well, I definitely did. Grandius, Belial, Alpha, thank you all so much for being here. Everybody watching, thank you so much. I guess that is going to wrap up tonight's episode of Time Capsule. If you are watching this on YouTube from the future, why don't you stop by and see us sometime at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in watching our shows live. We start weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow we have No Category Left Behind, followed by Speedruns from the Crypt, and that all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I've been your host, Smooth Operative. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Don't forget to follow everybody here. I'll link all of the Twitch links in the chat. Have a wonderful day or night. We'll see you next time. Bye.